Okay.
And we are live. Hello, 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 everyone. It is Wednesday, April 19th. Happy hump day. If it's Wednesday, you know you are at Down to the Talk. Everyone, welcome to our show. First off, before we get into anything, if you could like and share, and I'm doing that right now. If you could like and share and spread the word that we're on, that'd be greatly appreciated. We have a full, hold on, you guys, sorry.
Yeah, still looking
We
at
have a
live.
full panel today. We also have some visitors. Back by popular demand is my brother Darius.
Hey.
Hello, Darius.
Hi. Hey, everyone's in
Welcome
the lands across
back.
the lands.
Darius,
Thank you for having me.
I got a lot of feedback from you. They're like, bring Darius back. So I was like, okay, I'll see if he wants to come back. So and here you are. So thank you for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
And in the top, right in the middle, is Mother, my mom.
The
Mother.
She is joining us tonight. How are you, Mom?
I'm just hoping I don't have to clutch my pearls.
You're gonna have.
You gonna be clutching something.
So first off, thanks for joining us, Mom. I appreciate it. How was everyone's weekend? Marcus, let's start with you. What'd you do?
It was good. I was on a cruise. I went to the Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Mexico. It was a really great time. It's always fun exploring different cultures, smoking different weed, and it was fun. Jumped off a waterfall.
That picture you sent me, was that Dunn's River Fall?
Yes, it was. You're good.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
So
love
of course, I was like scared as fuck to like jump off the waterfall, but there's a 6-year-old kid in front of me, and I'm like, oh yeah, there's no way he's gonna jump. He jumps so fast, so obviously I'm right behind him. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna let this little 6-year-old show me up. I was petrified, but yeah, here we are.
He did it. That's cool.
You had fun, Brittany.
You made it.
Yes.
Weekend, boo.
I'd say that again. I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Work all weekend. So
Oh, did you?
yeah, it's storm season, so I'm in overtime mode. So I was working all weekend. Boo.
Mhm.
Do you have any plans this weekend?
I don't know yet. Kinda and kinda not.
All right, cool. Do you work from home, Britt, now, or do you actually go in?
Thank God, yes.
Okay, awesome.
Lucky.
Well, at least you have a job. Some people can't say that.
That part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blessing, yes.
Darius, what about you? What'd you do? Is he froze?
I think he is.
Yes.
Darius? Let's come back to him. Shaq, what about you?
Oh man, don't get me started. I have been so busy. I am ramping up, getting started for new business. Been sending out business proposals, sending out quotes to my clients. Working, parenting, being on the dating scene. Well, I'm dating one person in particular, and I'm dating in Atlanta, so keep me in prayer. Yes, I need all that. So I'm just extremely busy as usual. It's a beautiful thing in this day and age, right?
Are you guys like monogamous, or are you just dating right now?
First of all, I am monogamous, and you know it's so funny because I'm so cool and open minded, right? So they think, oh, every stud is poly these days and everything, and I don't really get down like that. I do one at a time. So we are monogamous, and we'll see.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
With that.
Don't wish
Relationships.
Don't wish me nothing, because that's when it start going
Just
crazy.
leave it alone.
I hope it goes horrible.
Yeah. Okay, I won't
I don't
say
even want to
shit.
speak on it no more. Like in the video.
And then that way, no weapon formed against you. See how
Are
that
gonna
works?
harm you, baby.
There you go. I don't even like talk about it. I just like to stare off into space. I just know I've been humping on hump day, and that's nice.
Okay.
Period.
I'm just saying it's been a while. I hadn't been doing no humping, so you know.
Honey, do the Humpty Hump.
Well, I wish
You know what I'm talking about?
I'm happy for you, and I wish you luck with that. So,
Yeah.
Brandy, what's up with you? And
My weekend was slow motion. It was nice though. I had some friends and some family over. I got to see my nieces and nephews and just hang out, have some good quality family time. The weather was real ridiculous. It was like hot, like 80. I had my AC on for about 3 days, and then I had to turn the heat back on. It went from like 80 to like 40
See, that's
overnight.
a day in Atlanta.
That's
That's a day in Atlanta. 80, it'll be 40 in the morning, 80 in the afternoon, might be 32 at night.
Atlanta's
That's
weird now.
insane.
I remember when I first visited Atlanta, though, I was like, I could never live here because why is it 80 degrees at 8 a.m. every morning?
Yeah.
But this was
It's
a few
wild.
years ago.
We have
Don't
last
come to
time
Florida.
I was there, though, it was kind of all over the place.
Right.
But I don't like waking up hot. Jeez, let me warm up to it.
If I could live somewhere that's 45 degrees all year round, I would love it. That's
It's cold.
I don't like the hot. I don't like heat at all.
I don't like the cold.
Yeah. So,
you are on your own.
you, what did you do this weekend? Hello, is she frozen?
Who?
Can you hear me?
Pammy.
Is she
Oh, you're
frozen?
talking to me?
Yes.
I thought you were talking to Darius. I'm sorry.
I said, what did you do this weekend?
What old people do?
No.
Watch TV and lay around the house and try to wait for the next week to start. Just get enough rest. So nothing fabulous. Just friends and family. A little bit of like I said, what senior citizens do.
No.
Okay.
I did the same thing. So
Okay.
awesome. Well, let's we have, like I said, we have a packed show. We also have some new segments that we're going to be trying out today. So let's get right into everything. So here over the weekend, as you guys know, it was not the weekend. It was last Thursday, I think, or Wednesday. We had our first hot day here in the city of Chicago, and you know when it gets hot, people want to, act a fool. So downtown Chicago, we have something called the Loop. It's like the theater district and the tourists, where all the tourists go. We had like hundreds and hundreds. They said over 500 teens came out and were jumping on people's cars. They were twerking in the middle of the street, on top of the buses, just acting a real fool. So I'm trying to find the story so I can read it to you guys. They said,
what y'all had? Freaknik in Chicago?
no, it's just the kids
Obviously.
acting a fool.
Badass kids is what they had in Chicago.
Y'all had the teen Freaknik.
That's right.
Yeah, and they said the footage shows hundreds of teens destroying property and attacking tourists in downtown Chicago. There was a story actually this morning about a couple that were here, and they were sightseeing, and they came out of Macy's, and they had over 15 kids jump on her husband. They robbed him of their cell phones, their shoes, their clothes, and a good Samaritan actually grabbed them and put them in their car and took them to her house and gave them clothes to wear because the kids had stripped them of everything.
Wow.
So that's a big problem we're having here in Chicago right now. And our outgoing mayor, Mayor Lori Lightfoot, didn't really have a hold on it. I think that's why she's not going to be reelected. But our new mayor, our incoming mayor, Brandon Johnson, had something really interesting to say. He said, it's unacceptable. It's not constructive to demonize our youth who have been starved of opportunities in their communities. So he's already starting out on a bad foot because people are basically saying, oh, so that's carte blanche. You giving them permission to come up north and downtown to mess with these people and to act a fool, instead of, putting the foot down and saying, the police officers can't do anything because they strip them of all their power. They're telling them to stand down. They're not allowed to arrest. So that's where we're at here.
Wow.
And so I think we've talked about this before, but they're trying to figure out what to do here. They're trying to figure out, do we turn the trains off at a certain time? Do we tell everyone they have to be with an adult? Or do we start charging and fining the kids, putting them straight in jail with a hard fine for them and their parents? So that's where we are. I don't know if you guys have been following it on the news, but me and Brandy have talked about it a little bit on the phone this week, and we have kind of a different take on it. But what do you guys think about this? Like, what can we do with this new generation who just does not give a fuck? Yeah, and they know the police can't arrest them, so they taunt them. So what do we do?
Why can't they arrest?
That was going to be my question. Why can't they arrest
The
them?
mayor is telling them to stand down.
Well, the mayor.
Aren't there laws though about loitering, about
But my thing is,
assembly?
what are their ages? When you say kids, they're between the ages of what, like 10 and
They're
16?
12
Like,
through
They're
18,
teenagers.
12 on.
Grown teenagers, probably like
They're
13 to
You-
18.
you know
you
the
need to
problem is-
find the parents. Where are the parents at?
You know,
How are they
the
letting
problem
their
with
kids
stuff
come
like
out doing
this-
all this shit?
No, the problem with stuff like this is they always do everything but what's right. Right? Them kids have nothing to do. And if you're not going to lock them up, create things for them to do. And what they are not going to do in Chicago is create anything for them kids to do. They ain't got nowhere to go. They're bored. There's nothing for the youth. There aren't programs for them, or a lot of them boys just really want to get together and play basketball and stuff. Do you have
Why don't
programs
they?
for them? Is it available? Can you push them into it? You're just saying like you're gonna release you're not gonna arrest these kids. You're also not gonna give them any programs, and instead you're just looking to find somebody. Like stuff like this is frustrating. I 100% agree that you can't have bored, angry, bad kids running around attacking people. So people aren't safe, and that's a problem in itself. But if you aren't going to create somewhere for children to let loose, these are the type of things that are going to happen. I've got a 5-year-old. I'm looking for a soccer program for him right now because he's already coming of age. He has a lot more energy, and he running through my house like a mad person. That is what kids do. They run, they jump. They need things to do. We need places for the youth to gather and to be young and to play and if you don't have stuff like that in place for young people, this is a problem no matter what.
But they're tearing it up either way. Like if they did have them, they're probably
I think
that they weren't respecting the programs, or they may not have been showing up. I mean, a lot of those types of things.
I'm sure they have these places.
Yeah, but when you
I was
have
going to
this
say,
stuff,
Chicago
you
has
have
a
to
lot to
support it.
offer.
Everyone's talking.
You can't just have outreach programs. There has to be a support system in place for it. You can't just say, hey, we got a basketball program down there. We know that some kids don't have transportation. We know that some kids come from broken homes. Like, it has to be an overall effort to support and to make sure that the youth are included and taken care of. And nobody's doing that stuff. They're barely taking care of them in schools. So why would they take care of them after school?
Okay, Brandy, what did you say?
Me?
Brandy.
Oh, Brandy, I'm sorry.
Oh, I don't know, child. I was just thinking that, I was saying Chicago does have a lot of those things to offer the kids. Chicago's one of those cities where it's there. You just have to be interested in doing it. I feel like they have a lot of programs for the children, but you have to think about what Chicago is.
Mm-hmm.
What are these inner city families and these inner city children, and what are they really on these days? Like, I don't feel like they're doing that just because they don't have an outlet or things to do. I feel like they wanted to turn up and party, and this is how they turn up and party.
Right.
That's
I agree with Brandy.
the lack of consequences, though. I mean, if they don't,
And that's the thing. What is the consequences?
I think
What can you do with a bunch of teenage kids that just threw a big ignorant party and it got, you know what I'm saying, out of hand and violent
Lock
and
their
destructive?
asses
The
up.
parents need to
All
beat
of
their
them,
ass.
you go
Every
lock
one
up
of
all
them
the
you can
kids.
lock up, lock their little
Yes.
punk asses up.
I agree
And
with
you
Darius.
can't get out until the parent can bail them out. If the parent can bail you out, then you got to stay your ass in there. So that way everybody suffers.
I agree.
So that means the jails are just going to be overcrowded because
Yep.
again, this is
They already
Well, at least they're
Chicago.
overcrowded for a
Who
good
is
reason as
breaking
opposed to
their neck
people.
to go get their bad kids out of jail? Some
Yeah.
people might be glad
Well-
you arrested their children.
Right, because
Well,
they
you know
don't
what?
want to deal with it.
The jails are overcrowded anyway, so let's give them a good reason
Team
to be overcrowded
babysitter.
instead of
Jail
throwing
got
shit at us.
babysitters.
I totally agree with Marcus. The candidate that ran against Brandon Johnson was kind of a Republican in disguise. He was very law and order, and I felt that he would have turned it around quick. I think he would have said, like Marcus, arrest their asses by any means necessary. If you need to sit in jail until your parents cough up $2 grand to get you out, that's where you need to sit. And I think that's what we need.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, they're gonna think twice about rioting in front of the
But the
front of the
downside of
globe.
this, y'all, is we always have to be careful of that prison pipeline, right? So when you enact programs like
Nope.
that,
No, wait,
when
now
you enact
I-
programs
no.
like that,
When
y'all,
you're
you
15
cannot
and you're
be saddling
twerking on top of a
children
car,
with
you need
felons.
to go to jail for the night.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
night. But that's rarely how it works. What we end up with is young people who then end up with felonies, and then you see what I'm saying?
You know what?
Right,
But you know
right.
Okay, but
what?
you can't make it the circle of life because they started that mistake on themselves. So you can't.
Yeah,
People have
They
gone to
didn't
prison.
start it
But wait a
themselves.
minute. But
They
people
were
have gone
brought
to
up in
prison
that.
and they've reformed their life and they've become better people and they've never made mistakes again. So you can't say just because someone is gonna go to jail for
you know
quote
anybody
unquote
with
like.
a felony? And so
I know
I'm
plenty
not
of people with a
against
felony that
locking
have a
these
great
kids
life
up.
right now.
I'm not against.
So it's all about
locking
how
them up.
it's all about how you frame yourself.
Okay.
I'm not against locking them up. I'm against locking them up without oversight that allows room for these children to reintegrate into society. And rarely is it like that for these little black boys. They get them in there, then they in there, and then it begins the cycle. And so
Already.
that's what
Okay,
you
so
have
we're
to be
talking
worried
about two different type of like-ups. These young
Yeah.
men that you're speaking about are for different charges, different things. We're talking about somewhere where the
It's
city
all
can
the same.
reform these people. Well, I mean, I don't live in the city, so I'm just talking about from what I personally read. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that they need to come up with some type of program where, look, you got locked up from X amount of days. You do community service. You do this. You do that. They need to learn a lesson because your
Yeah.
city's not going
I
to get
agree
better.
with it.
It's only going to get worse.
With
Yeah,
the right
Darius,
parameters, I
hold
think
on.
it works.
Darius had his hand up. What were you saying? What were you?
I do agree with Shaq somewhat about
Me too.
about jail becoming a prison pipeline,
Mhm.
but at the same time, we also these are kids that are old enough to know right from wrong, regardless
Agreed.
of their circumstances or where they come from.
Yeah,
So
but
if you,
kids are still
I mean, I
kids,
read the
though.
article. There were people who were shot. There were people
Yeah.
who were
Two,
injured.
one,
It was
There were
dangerous.
business.
one boy
There were
got killed,
businesses.
another boy was shot.
Oh wow.
You guys,
Yeah.
and another pandemic we're having here in the city. These kids, 15-year-old girl got shot in the head the other night.
Oh my God.
Why? Why were you outside at 3 a.m. and you're 15 years old?
Yeah.
Like,
No reason.
there's no
Yeah.
reason
They
for
have
it.
to start holding those parents accountable because I know for me, if my kids are getting in trouble and somebody starts charging me to do something, I got to start paying
Mhm.
out of my pocket. Now I'm going to have a hold on everybody.
You
Because
know,
once the-
I agree with that. You know, somebody else, one of the lawmakers here in Illinois said, you know, most of these families are on assisted, food stamps and cash assistance. They said try taking their cash assistance away.
yeah,
Their parents and see
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
happens.
yeah.
I bet you.
That's not gonna help. That's not gonna
So
help.
the whole
Yeah,
family has to suffer because of one
Yeah,
bad
you're
teenager?
gonna make the entire family.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
So the whole family has to suffer because of one bad teenager, one
Yeah.
out of control kid? What if it's a mom that's got 6 kids?
100%.
Your one kid is acting a fool, so the whole family got to suffer?
Yep.
Yeah, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But
You
it's kind of like,
can't-
remember
but
when you used to be a kid and
necessarily enforce that.
You can't.
No,
It's
that was
that's
the
gonna be hard to
idea.
enforce.
That was the idea one of the lawmakers had brought up.
I'm just saying, how would he really
But you
be
know
able
what?
to
These are.
enforce
You know
that?
what kills me about
that would
lawmakers?
cause even more controversy.
Those are people that don't.
Mom, what? Go ahead.
The one thing that we're, as a parent, an older parent, from raising a lot of you the same age, the thing that's missing with our younger people now is consequences.
Mhm.
Amen.
You have to have consequences.
I agree with that,
When you do the crime, you have to pay the time. We believed in consequences. The new age of parenting, they don't believe in consequences.
Yeah.
That's all I have to share. But I just think if they had the National Guard out there taking those kids down and blocking them up, and there's a consequence to your action, you'll see a change.
Well, that's
I
one
agree.
thing.
That's all.
Trump did
Yeah,
do. He
I agree.
offered to send the National Guard here, and Lori Lightfoot told him no. But I agree with you, Mom, when you say consequences. There's no. The parents don't even want the teacher to chastise their kids in school these days.
Yeah,
That's sad.
If somebody says something to you, you whoop their ass, like that kind of attitude. That's what we're dealing with.
Look,
So
I'm
maybe
sorry, I could never be the
also
teacher
in the
because that's gonna be the day
Go
that
ahead.
somebody's child gonna get their ass whooped.
We just seen somebody's child get
The way
their
their
ass
mama
whooped.
should
Don't
have
act
whooped.
like y'all ain't see that.
We're also in the CPS age where if you are too hard on your children, they are coming. But I also agree with Mom about consequences, and we have to be willing to say call CPS. And I'm willing to say call CPS on me.
Today's
the one, I'll
society
give you
is
the number.
growing our kids to be too soft and too babyish. Like
Call CPS.
everyone's walking on eggshells. You can't say shit.
Come
You
get
can't
'em.
say shit to kids. I remember I looked at my mom wrong. I got smacked in front of everybody. Nobody was calling CPS. We didn't even know how to spell CPS.
Yeah.
Right now, you look at a kid wrong, they go on
report.
TikTok and you're done.
They are reporting.
Right.
Parents are going to have to
And
risk
that's wrong.
freedom. Parents have to risk freedom.
That's
They have
wrong.
to be willing to
Parents
say,
should have the freedom to
I'll
beat their
die.
kids' ass when they need it.
But
No,
but
you're not
today
gonna
a parent
jeopardize
has to
everything.
say, "I'll die" before you go out there and do that, because that's what it's going to take.
That part.
Because
Yeah.
That
They
part.
don't want you to discipline your
That's how it
children.
has to be today.
They want to be the
'Cause they
one
don't want
100
you
to
Shaq.
just throw your
100
kids in
Shaq.
jail when your kids don't know how to act. But they don't want
I'ma
you to
give
be able
you-
to discipline them and show them the right way.
Yeah.
I'm
Maybe
gonna give
make
your soul
sense.
to
I
God,
saw the
but I'm gonna
video
give your
from
body to
Chicago.
CPS.
Yeah.
Because it starts as
That was
children.
pandemonium.
It starts as children. If you're not disciplining your children and raising them, bad children turn into bad teenagers, turn into bad
Exactly.
adults.
Starts when
So
they're young. You gotta
if
start
they're
them young.
kids and you can't manage your kids because you're not allowed to, and then they become teenagers, now the law wants to point fingers at the parents. You wouldn't even allow us to be parents when these babies were babies.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So now what you want me to do with this kid that's big as me now?
I
That don't
think-
And
respect
especially
you
if you
or
have-
me.
Yeah, and especially if you have other smaller children or other children in the home, they see that behavior and they
Yeah.
learn that. They think
It's
that's
learned
okay
behavior.
That
because
part.
this one
That's the
Right.
got
example
away
they
with doing
see.
it. And what you're not gonna do
Yeah.
is take over my house that I pay the cost to make sure you eat, sleep,
Hello.
and everything else. You
That
ain't gonna
part.
never
right.
think you bad enough to run up on me because the day you run up on me is the day you gonna meet Jesus for real.
Yeah. Well, I saw the video in Chicago, and that's some of the craziest mess I've seen in a long time. Them children were like a pack. They looked like the
It was a
Capitol.
mess.
It looked
was
like
a
that
mess.
mess with the Capitol.
Yeah.
Except it was a bunch of
You have
kids.
to really, I think the parents are gonna have to. I don't know what it's gonna take. I know me and my mom gotten some knockout, drag out, and I wish I would have raised my hand or popped my lips or whatever. You know, these kids don't have fear of authority anymore.
Mhm.
We also
Sad.
don't have Big Ma and aunt this and aunt that and the neighbor to all. You know, it used to take a village, and now parents
Well,
don't.
you know, we are in the age of litigation.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Right.
you know, you'll get sued.
So,
Right.
yeah, I know we're gonna have to move on from the subject. I know Chicago's gonna have to get it under control. We have the Democratic National Convention that was just announced. It's gonna be here next year, and we have a big first time ever NASCAR is gonna be here this summer, where they're turning the entire downtown into a racetrack. So
That's
Are they
gonna
gonna
be
buy
fun.
all the kids who coming down there?
they're gonna have to do something.
I hope so, because they're gonna get run over. Those
Ain't damn
NASCAR
black
people don't
kids gonna
care.
Run up on
They gonna jack the cars.
They ain't gonna run up
Right.
on NASCAR.
These
like
people are coming here paying $500 and $600 a night for hotels, and to
Mm.
they're not gonna. They don't want to deal with that. That's just not something they should have to deal with.
They shouldn't have to.
But yeah,
They
let's
shouldn't.
move on. I'm sure we'll be talking about this all summer because we all have only had one hot week, so not a full week. So we will see what's to come. Moving on. Last week in Kansas City, well, presently there's an investigation into the shooting of Ralph Yarl, a black teenager who was shot by a homeowner after he went to the wrong house to pick up his younger brothers. The questions that are included in this, whether race played a role. Authorities in Kansas City, Missouri said Yarl remains hospitalized with serious injuries. Attorney Ben Crump is representing him and said the homeowner initially shot the teen in the head and then shot him a second time after the boy fell to the ground. Update, they said that the prosecutors have filed felony charges against the homeowner in the shooting, and he just bonded out of jail for $200,000, I think it is. So that's where we are. Thoughts about this? Let me go to Marcus first. What do you think?
Disgusting. I mean, have you looked at the guy's mugshot? He looks like an old school fucking KKK racist Grand Wizard. So, like, I'm sure that this isn't the first time that he's done something like this. He looks like a age-old racist. I mean, the simple fact that he wasn't arrested as soon as this kid was picked up by the cops, and it took a whole look at that guy. I mean, he's giving me Grand Wizard. How many black people have you killed that we don't know about, you bastard? It's disgusting. I mean, the city of Missouri should be disgusted that it took this long to arrest this guy. And prayers to this guy, for the kid, for not being dead and actually being alive still. Thank you, Jesus, for keeping him alive.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's just disgusting. I mean, this just proves why guns should not be accessible to people, and that should have background checks. Because if this guy got some background check, you'll clearly see that he's fucking dead wrong in the head.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
First of all, let's first off. So now you're shooting. So I know the Jehovah's Witness better put their watchtowers away. The Avon lady better put her makeup away, because if you're just shooting people for coming to your door now, what do you think that's really what it was? Do you think he was?
No, it was racist.
No, it was racist.
He saw the kid. He saw the kid and saw that it was a black kid with his one glass eye, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just shoot him."
And he made a comment about his size. That little boy is not that big. He's
like 5'3", 5'4".
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a black boy on his doorstep on his private property,
Mhm.
and he gonna shoot. That's what happened.
Yep.
Well, he shot him through the door. The
On his
first
private
shot was
property.
he shot him through the door. He didn't even open the door. He shot him
There
through
was
the
no
door.
conversation.
There was
That
no
There
just
wasn't
shows
even a
his intent.
conversation.
Well, and
Then
my
he opened
question
the
is-
door and shot him again. Shot him a second time. So he
Just to
he
make
shot
sure he
him
was
through the door,
dead.
then opened the door
It
and
makes
shot him
sense.
again.
And the only thing that saved that boy was clearly that bad eye, and that's
And
probably
you know
the reason that
what
baby
else
alive
got me
today.
about that situation too? The neighborhood, because clearly it's a lot of racist people that live in the
Yeah.
neighborhood.
No
If he
one
went
helped
Yeah,
to
that
you
the
hear
guy.
it took about
no
three
one would help this young
attempts.
Three
man.
people.
Talking
Three
about you
different
shouldn't be
houses
here.
before he got
You
help.
know,
who's
comments like that.
Who said that?
One of the neighbors.
Yeah, he ran. He was on his
He
feet.
went to-
He went to
Yeah.
2-3 houses.
He went to three
Went to
different
three
neighbors. There was
houses.
the third neighbor, and at the third house, the guy told him, "Get on the floor and put your hands behind your back," and he collapsed. And then the hospital came and picked him up, and then that's how the kid was safe, because he collapsed. He
Yeah.
went to 3 different houses. Could you imagine that neighborhood where you see a little kid bleeding? You open the door and you tell him to throw yourself on the floor? What
Shot him.
type of heart?
Even if he isn't a little kid, like, we're losing empathy. We're not helping people.
Absolutely.
You know, even if
Yeah.
you don't want to personally get intercede, I get that. You're not willing to go to them. Like, it costs nothing
You
to
can still call
911.
911. You
Yeah.
can tell them,
And so what
please,
happened with
stay
them
right there.
is they didn't even call 911. Like,
Nope.
people didn't help. I get it. So you're not gonna open the door. You don't want to get shot. Okay, just call the authorities. And it took 3 people to call the authorities. They just didn't do anything.
It
And
just
so
shows,
let's
like
not
Darius
talk
said,
about
that
him being a
neighborhood.
kid. You know, maybe
You need to.
it's just, I don't know.
It
I
just
think he
shows
needs to
sad
go
that
to
like
We're in
every
a
jail.
time we
nasty
turn on the
place.
news, and,
Yeah,
and
we're in
then
a
but you
nasty
know what?
place.
But I think it's just also in general with gun violence, because look at that little 20-year-old white girl that she pulled into the wrong house, and she just got shot up and she got killed.
Yeah.
So I think race
America
is a big
is
part, but
trigger
also
happy.
just
America.
I
is
just
trigger
think
happy.
America is trigger happy right now. Everyone, especially in Florida right now, where you could carry a gun without even a license anymore. So it's
Yep.
like America's at
and
this
this-
point where the NRA is putting so much money into so many
Yes.
advertising, so many political figures, that America's going trigger happy.
And the
Why do we
problem
not
with
see
this
this news in other countries?
Yeah, and the problem with this country is that everybody's answer to gun violence is more guns. So you need to get a gun to protect yourself from gun violence, which is really illogical. The problem is that everybody got guns, not that that's what's happened. Everybody has guns, and now everybody's shooting. But how the NRA marketed to you is, with all this violence, you better get your gun so
You
can
better protect yourself. Yeah.
But nobody's really protecting themselves. People are just ending up dead. Like,
Mhm.
people
Two
aren't
innocent lives.
hungry.
He went to the wrong door and she pulled into the wrong doorway. She's
They
dead, and this
They
kid.
are looking. This is they are looking for ways to kill us. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
They will take
No,
any.
they're killing
They
themselves.
want to
too.
kill us.
And they're killing themselves too.
But-
Because what's happening now is everybody's dying. All
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
kids.
But what they,
black,
hey, but Shaq,
black
excuse me, but what
kids,
they
white
better remember,
kids.
but what they
Yeah.
better remember is we got guns too. If it come down to it.
See, but that's just
Yeah,
it. Everybody
but
got
guess what? But
guns.
here, Darius, here's where the sad part is.
Wild
And
Wild
when we
West.
use our guns, we're gonna get the death penalty in a day.
Correct.
When they use their guns, it's gonna take 4 months for them to even get
It was
prosecuted and
self-defense.
to even get
Yeah.
arrested. So it's like that mentality can't work for us because
It doesn't.
we're not on the same level,
It
unfortunately.
doesn't.
We do
I
Well,
have
hate,
guns, but
let
our
me
I'm gonna
put
guns
it
are
stand
this
more
my
way.
ground.
lethal to
I hate
us.
when
I'm gonna
black
stand my
people talk
ground.
about having their guns too.
Oh,
If you
absolutely,
want
as
to
you
I feel
pull
you.
should.
your gun, you need the best lawyer in America. Like
And
it's
that's
not
a
the
damn
Right.
shame.
All right, we got to move on. We're going into our time, but yeah, this is just the beginning of this case. I know they'll be back in court soon, so let's pray this boy and his family
Yes.
get justice. Moving
And
on.
money.
Yeah, moving
Oh,
on.
Ben Crump finna get it for him.
Federal
no.
prosecutors said on Wednesday that they did not have enough evidence to bring charges in connection with the death of an American woman, Shanquilla Robinson, last year near Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. In the case that prompted outrage after a video online appeared to show her being beaten by another woman. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of North Carolina said that its prosecutors and officials with the Federal Bureau of Investigations had met recently with the family of Shanquilla to deliver the news.
I fear for that girl who did all those girls,
Yeah,
all those people.
they won't
Because
have peace.
they might not have peace long.
Yeah, the streets are going to take care of it. I guarantee you.
Or
How can they even go to sleep at night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess I don't understand. I haven't dug deep into this, but I don't understand how the video evidence wasn't enough alone.
It's about
Right.
jurisdiction, I think, and I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but
No, they don't want to deal with that shit.
Mexico's problem.
Yeah, that's what
Right.
they don't want to deal with it.
belongs
They don't
to
want to bring it here.
It belongs to
And
Mexico.
we all know Mexico ain't gonna do shit. Unfortunately, they can even barely keep
Well,
their
even
own
if
affairs
they were
together.
going to, the resources it takes to
They don't
get
have 'em.
people and pull them in, that's an American thing, you know. It's
Yeah, Mexico
Yeah.
doesn't have those resources.
Yeah,
They don't even know how to start getting all that.
Mexico ain't known for extradition and pulling people in. I mean, it can be tough to do it here. So
Can we pose the question, if this young lady was white, would there be another outcome?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Yes.
I think that the outcome wouldn't be different because of where it happened, but I think we would have reached it faster. I mean, the way that this took so long, we had to
We'd
see a
be hearing
video, we had
more.
to see this. You know,
Congress
I feel
would
like
be
if this was,
responding.
I feel like if it was a white young lady that this happened to, it would have been a swift response. Everything would have happened. The family would have already had a press conference, and
Think
I
about
just
what
think-
was the girl's name in Aruba? Remember the girl went missing in Aruba, and we had all
Right.
those reporters over there looking for her. It
yeah,
was
out of nowhere. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. It was
Next thing you know, it's like Casey's Law. If you're an
Yeah.
American and you go to Mexico and something happens, we have the right. Like, there's responses to things when they're
Well,
white.
I mean, at the end of the day, we already know if it's someone that's our skin color, they're gonna get the lower level of whatever it is, whether it be
And
an
honestly,
investigation.
if we didn't
or
have stuff
anything.
like the shade room and stuff like that today, would we even know about it?
No, absolutely
Yeah.
not.
For sure. It wouldn't be
Social media has helped us so much with like
No.
discovering and
Right.
helping our people help ourselves, you know?
Yeah.
So let's pray for this family
yes.
as well. If they get
Yeah.
the Lord brings them some kind of peace.
Please.
I know that's asking a lot, but
I think all the news is really telling us is to stay out of Mexico. I swear to God.
yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully they get some
Yes.
peace and
Out of Mexico.
justice. Moving on. Here we go with this story.
Oh.
Oh God, this mess.
Republican Florida Governor Ron DeSantis added more wins to his agenda targeting the LGBT community as a state board approved an expansion of what critics call the Don't Say Gay law. Actually, this happened today. The House passed bills on gender transition treatments, bathroom use, and keeping children out of drag shows. The Board of Education approved a ban on classroom instruction about sexual orientation and gender identity in all grades, expanding the law that bans those lessons upon up to third grade at the request of DeSantis as he gears up for his expected presidential run. So all I have to say is, y'all worried about Trump? This is the one you should be worried about. Trump shows his hands, his cards. We know what Trump is up to, and he's just stupid. This man is evil. He's methodical, and
he's calculated.
Yeah. And
he is.
Our country, we rolled back to 1950 before we know it if he gets in office.
I live in Florida, and I have friends that are teachers. Teachers can't even give, like, if a young lady has her period, a female teacher can't even give the girl a tampon because she'll get fired. The teacher will get fired if she gives this young lady a tampon. They can't even discuss periods. They can't even talk sexuality. She can't even say, like, the girl can't even say, can I be called them, they? The teacher has to report the child to the office.
Well,
do you hear me? Teachers have to report children if they think that they're gay or showing gay signs. What are we in fucking 1920?
So
about
I
that.
live in Florida also.
Go ahead.
And it's insane. And honestly, I don't think he's going to get the Republican nomination. I think
he's not.
Because see, here's the thing: you're not going to win no national election with just people that support you. It's a lot of independents and other people it's a lot of Republicans that's not even with this bullshit that he doing.
He doesn't have the personality.
In Florida.
Y'all,
he is evil, but I hope this is a lesson to those of us who don't vote, who don't go to the polls, who are not engaged in the political process, that we need to get engaged and we need to take our asses to the polls.
We have already.
I'm sorry, one more thing. And it's not just Ron DeSantis that they need to be worried about, because everything that this man has done is because he has a super majority Republican legislature that is nothing but a rubber stamp. So you need to vote all their asses out too.
Yes.
Yeah. Some people our age, that in that 20 to 40 kind of bracket, they don't believe in voting local and state elections, so that's why we get in the trouble we're in.
We already have an uphill battle, y'all. We have lost the Supreme Court, right? Like that is the supreme law of the land. All right.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court is so powerful right now that Clarence Thomas is in the news because they've been talking for years about how Clarence Thomas has been wilding out and living his best life, and they are getting away with it. And these people decide supreme law. Anything in this country that we don't like, that we fight for, that we get our lawyers and our people behind, it has to go where? Finally, when there's nowhere left where to go.
But the Supreme Court has surprised me a little bit, because I thought once we had Trump's picks in the Supreme Court that it was just going to be this goes, and it hasn't turned out that way yet.
But it's enough. Republicans have done the groundwork.
They're setting up for the future Republicans to fuck everything up.
Did y'all see what happened in North Carolina, where a Democrat won her Democratic district and then immediately changed to Republican, and then by doing that they took the entire house? Like, they are so calculated across this country.
It's not just the Republicans, you guys, either. I look at these comments on Hollywood Unlocked, and there's people that look like you and me in our age who say they're voting for Trump because Biden is too old. They say stupid shit like that. So it's not just the Republicans. We can't blame it on all of them.
Well, they have done the groundwork. While Democrats have been making noise, Republicans have done the work. They've done the gerrymandering, right? They've done the redlining along the districts. They've spent decades creating this. They have all their methodology is online and on YouTube and on things, and they've got all these conspiracies, and they're looping people in through this, and they have just been very, very, very smartly playing this game. And so now it's all in front of us, and we're like, what the hell? And what we're looking at is 30 years of very successful planning. This is going to be an uphill battle.
Elections have consequences.
Yeah,
obviously, and
people need to wake up.
We're living it right now. We also need to stop worrying about drag shows and start worrying about weapons. Our priorities are twisted.
Yeah, but those little stupid things are what fires up the base. And the base are the people who are always out there, are the people who are always voting. They're the people who donate. They're the people who do stuff.
Right.
And so when you do stupid stuff like that and fire up your base, that's power. We need to fire up our bases, and I don't see any other parties doing that. So,
And you know what else kills me about us black folk? Now we jump on the bandwagon with them about this whole gay thing, black folks in the church and all this and that. When when in reality, guess what? They're gonna use you. They use us to fight their battles. But guess what?
yes,
They don't like our black asses either. So after they have used you
correct,
for their purposes,
Throw
guess
you
what?
away.
They're coming for the rest of y'all.
correct,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
correct. There is
You're
no
right.
safety for us in our churches. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
Nope.
Yeah. Well,
I think Ron DeSantis is coming.
if something happens where Trump doesn't run, who else?
Well, remember, it's so early in the game right now. It's still anyone's game.
Yeah.
And DeSantis, just being from Florida, he does not have the personality for a national scale.
You guys,
He's
we said
scum.
the same thing. No one took Trump seriously.
I was just gonna say,
No one
Let's
Trump.
see how that
Trump ain't
turned
even
out.
take
Well,
Trump
on the
seriously.
no one on the left side took Trump seriously.
I didn't either.
I didn't think that. No, hell no, hell no. He's a fucking.
I mean,
he's
I'm a
not
Gemini,
even a
so I
fucking
believe
that.
politician.
Yeah,
So
I
how
knew
the fuck
plenty
did he get voted
Republicans.
in? That was weird to me.
I knew plenty Republicans who started out not taking Trump seriously, but in the end, they will vote along party lines. That's
You'll
what they
And you
always
know
do.
what?
vote
You said
with the
something. You said something so important a couple of minutes ago, Shaq, and I think a lot of people don't realize it. How they're doing a lot of this stuff is at the state level.
Yes,
Most of
the
these
local level.
states are controlled by Republican legislatures
Thank you.
who are setting the stage for how
Yes.
national elections are influenced.
By the time we get to all that electoral college stuff, it's already falling apart. That's what I mean. We're too concerned about DeSantis. Actually, what we need to care about is what's happening at the local level, because the local level is what influences how much power a sitting president has. So
They're what's approving all of DeSantis's crazy shit.
Yeah, well, our people aren't engaged. Our kids aren't engaged. People are broke. People are focused on everything else, and that's what they want. They want you not paying attention to what matters. They want you arguing about egg prices and drag queens and stuff like that. Man, by the time we really wake up, it will be too late, which is what always happens.
Yeah. Well, moving on to something a little bit more. Not so
lighter.
This young man. Let me find.
No, I got mad talking about DeSantis. Oh,
praise the Lord, everybody. Amen.
Let's talk.
Child.
Let's talk about it.
All right.
Yeah, Jonathan Majors.
Yes, I'll take him.
He just was dropped as talent manager, entertainment. You guys, I can't hear. Jonathan Majors was dropped by his talent manager, Entertainment 360. The outlet reported that they spoke with multiple sources and was told that the Avengers actor was dropped by his management team and also his PR firm, The Lead Company. It seems things that have been going south for the actor, Jonathan, ever since he has been arrested in New York City for allegedly assaulting and strangling a woman who was repeatedly his girlfriend. I guess there was a confrontation. Police were called, and his team is shutting down the claims that all this is happening. But obviously, this happened. He was just uninvited to the Met Gala as well. He was supposed to be attending with Valentino. They had told him since this has happened, he's not invited. He's been instructed not to be allowed in. So I guess my question is about this. Are we guilty until proven innocent?
No.
Listen to me.
Not in Hollywood. Not if you're black in Hollywood.
And if you're messing with a white woman.
Well, here's the thing. But here's the thing, guys. You've got to realize this is actually news that just broke like a little bit ago. More women. The New York District Attorney actually has more women that have come forward since the first woman came forward saying that they've been beat by him too. So it's not this white woman did
Yeah.
start the roller coaster, but now more women have joined the ride.
Have y'all heard
There's
about
also
the blind
been
item?
What
Huh?
have they shown them?
no, they haven't shown them yet. They're working with the district attorney right now,
Yeah.
and now.
'Cause
And
I'm-
now other directors and actors are saying that he's been really difficult to work with. And so it's like
There were blind items on Twitter. They come to find out were about him, and people.
So I
have been
feel
talking
like
about it for a while.
we love raising our stars and dropping them down, but I feel for this specific situation, there's a lot more than meets the eye. He went to Yale, and even like his Yale comrades that acted with him said that he was a piece of shit. So this isn't something that's just been.
Let me ask you guys this: why do we, as a country, deem our celebrities' career null and void once they make a mistake? And there's a part B to this question: why did nobody come forward prior to this? If he was so violent and so threatening and so had such a history, a sordid past, why now?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
they were
they got
talking
something
about
to
it. He
lose
just
now.
didn't have a
Well,
national profile.
They
got
were
something
talking
to
about it, but they
lose.
didn't have enough legs on it with someone that could back it up. Like this woman went to the cops. Like everybody was just talking about it
And
within
he's
their
in the
circle.
news now. Like he's hot now. Like he just
Yeah,
really
like
got
he's
hot.
actually famous right now.
Yeah.
So
Like
why they
when he
weren't
was
doing
working
it before he got hot though?
Right.
Because he wasn't anybody.
Yeah,
Now
they
he's
were talking about
somebody.
it though.
Now,
But if
now
I tell
he's
on my
But
coworker
he's
that I
still
can't
going
stand,
around whooping asses and being a dickhead.
But the problem is he was not a celebrity. Now he is a bone.
exactly.
Yeah, he didn't have
That
a
still doesn't
profile.
make sense
around
to
this
me.
world.
That-
Go
I don't care if you're a celebrity or
down at the height.
Yeah. Ooh. I don't know.
Yeah.
He gonna lose.
I mean, at the end of the day,
I
this is a whole
understand.
This is a whole PR disaster.
got-
His PR team shouldn't have released that text message. He shouldn't have even responded to anything. He should have tried to do everything behind the scenes.
That's what I
Like
would've done.
this is a PR disaster. Look at the white actors. The white actors never come and like make a statement. They let the lawyer talk. They let everyone go from behind. Like he totally needs
Yeah,
to
I don't
take
know
a
what
PR
happened
class.
with that. Like what?
Yeah, like this was
that was
horrible.
nuts.
Brandy.
Yeah, like
Brandy, what were you gonna say?
I don't know.
Okay.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
What is the race of the woman who made the allegations?
Oh,
What?
He white.
She's white.
He like
See,
white women. These white women
Leave
coming
them
forward.
white women alone. Malcolm X tried to tell us
That part.
Lies.
I've
Go
been
beat up
saying
them
that,
white girls. Don't
man.
come over here and beat up these sisters.
The sister won't get beat up,
Don't
baby.
beat up nobody.
I'm gonna wait and see how it plays out. So I'm gonna reserve judgment.
Look, he can just come beat me up.
Oh, Ash, I remember.
But look,
now.
if
I
he
was
need a
gonna
PR
say,
firm, I got you,
understand.
Jonathan.
You guys let Brandy say what you
I was just gonna say. I remembered it now. I was just gonna say I understand why Hollywood doesn't want to work with him being a star, and now all this is coming out. But like you said, I still don't understand why they hadn't been handled this before
they
he
don't-
even got an opportunity to get that big. Like why?
They don't do that.
I don't like what we do in this country now, and it just started the last like 5 years with this
Yeah.
movement and stuff. Once somebody makes a mistake, it seems like we basically deem them not important.
They're executed.
You can't make it. And I don't like that. Why? Who says that I can't do something wrong and still be talented, or who says you do something wrong and still can't work? Like what?
We're hitting the point where they don't separate the art and the artist anymore. And we used to do that, right? And now the question is, can we separate the art and the artist? And people are saying no. They're one and the same. And
But what are the level of the artists and the non-artists the same? Like, so should we still accept an artist if he beats someone to a bloody pulp and still go watch his movie?
Well,
I mean, that's where it's like
They do it for white people.
not if
I would if the movie was good.
They do it. It doesn't matter. When they do it, it's fine. Charlie
Sorry
Sheen,
you got your ass beat, but he played the hell out that role.
Right.
I'm on agreement with you. I'm the same way. I can.
there was
But
something
you got to remember. But here's the difference between Charlie Sheen and Chris Brown, who both have beat a woman's ass. Just as an example, the white society, white Twitter doesn't go and attack Charlie Sheen. They don't bring it up every time he has a movie. Every time he releases something, they're not like, well, remember the time that you beat up Denise Richards in 1999 and you gave her syphilis? They never do that. Anytime Chris Brown fucking breathes, oh, well, remember when you were 19 and you beat up Rihanna? You know what I mean?
We can talk about a more recent case when we talk about him and how he is Kang in these Marvel movies, and y'all watch. He will not be in that next Marvel movie. They were meant to build a dynasty behind him like they did with Thanos. That's what's meant to happen with Kang. Now, more than likely, he'll probably be replaced. But see, that new Flash movie they just released with that white boy Ezra Miller, who is also a PR disaster, but they've still released that movie, and they are still behind him. And that is what goes. He will not get the support that Ezra Miller has gotten.
Be able to recover, and if it would be the grace of God.
He won't get it.
It will be.
But you know why he won't get it? You know why he won't get it? Because we're not going to give it to him.
Right.
Because now look at all the blogs.
I was going to say, let's talk about that. Us black people aren't going to support him. We are the first ones. As soon as something goes bad with our celebrities, we're in those comments. Wow, he ain't all that. He like girls.
But look what those people in Ezra's comments are saying. Oh, he's mentally disabled. His mom doesn't love him. Because that's what white people do. They canoodle and they give these people excuses. The day that we start actually supporting our celebrities and stop fucking burning them at the stake is the day that we're finally going to start progressing as a society. Right. Who cares what this bitch did 20 years ago? The song is popping and I want to dance. But you never hear people talking about Charlie Sheen giving tiger blood to all these women and giving them AIDS because white people don't care because they don't crucify their people like we do. And that's the problem.
Right.
Just like R. Kelly, I will listen to him until the day I die. I know Brandy as well. Brandy's a big
y'all just need to listen to R. Kelly and don't tell nobody.
Look, Elvis was a rapist. Elvis was dating a woman when she was 14 years old. You don't hear the white people talking about that all the time. So us as people, let R. Kelly live his case. You don't need to relive that. Let's relive his music. Let's relive what he did. If you want to know what he did, Google it.
You know what? We need that in our community.
Every time I hear 12 play,
that music is still jamming.
Well, that's what you're thinking of a 12-year-old.
Same album.
Well,
AJ number the number.
Well, I mean, maybe you remind me of my Jeep. Those songs.
He was talking about a model.
So moving on.
Hey, it's the remix to Ignition.
Moving on to our next subject. So this woman right here stays on the industry's neck.
That's Monique. Get them.
That's my girl.
The Parker star. So Countess Vaughn actually is in agreement with Monique, but Monique filed a lawsuit against CBS.
Good for her.
Basically, she was gonna wait. She wanted to wait till after her comedy special to make this announcement. But she shared with her Instagram followers saying today, we filed a lawsuit to make sure that we are fairly paid money that we are owed for the Parkers. Yes. She wrote, actors rely on a good faith of Hollywood after their show. Like if their show is canceled or the show goes off air, these actors are supported by residuals. And you only get a residual check after you have 100 episodes. And I think the Parkers had like 102 or 103. And so there's been some discrepancy on them not getting their residuals because
their coin.
Yeah, and they want their coins. And I think, they're
due them.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
She in the news. Take advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm glad that what's her name supported her, but what I don't get is why Countess Vaughn, and I don't know if they don't talk or didn't have a conversation, but why she didn't sign on to the lawsuit, because she got something to gain from this too.
No, she probably doesn't talk to her.
Did she sign on to the lawsuit with her?
No, I think she just publicly supported it. I don't think she's legally part of it.
She's not part of it. She's just giving her thumbs up to it.
She probably can't afford it.
Or maybe she doesn't want to fight hard. Like, people call these strong black women like Monique and Nene. They're saying they can't take on big corporations when, they can and they should,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nene is still going at it with Bravo.
Well, at this point, Monique ain't got nothing to lose. Monique has been to the bottom of the barrel, scraped through, come out of it. Like Monique is free, I think can speak freely in a way.
Yeah.
That
she won her battle. Monique won.
Well, more than that, she's already lived through.
Like you said, she
Yeah,
been to the
the
bottom, so
picture.
ain't know where to go but up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
ain't nowhere
Exactly.
for her to go.
And let's not forget, Baby's got an Oscar
Blackballed,
award.
cut off,
Monique,
talked about.
you know what Monique is gonna start putting on all her movies? Oscar award-winning Monique is gonna be put back on all those vignettes. Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby, because that movie she just did on BET Plus, baby, that was one of the best roles I ever seen her play.
She's back, baby. She just needed needed people to
But you know,
recognize.
The way
people
that
are
heifer
really
was
rock
running,
bottom.
and I said, Monique can run that fast. I was
Honey, all that salad she eats every day on Instagram, boo.
But y'all, once you hit rock bottom like that, you always come up like that's even what happened with the white artists, like Ellen. You know, like once they've already kind of been at the bottom of the barrel, they are free to kind of explode. And so Monique is uniquely positioned to just be able to say whatever the hell she want to say.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Cut her off again?
Well,
She
also,
was already in the wilderness 10 years. You know, it don't matter.
also
Thank you.
we don't like to admit it, but just like we were talking about with Jonathan Majors, whenever our black celebrity has a problem, they'll be like, "Oh, hush up, you're being dramatic. Oh, they broke. That's why they going after money. We don't support them." Now, who Monique's comedy special is on? She won her lawsuit with Netflix. Now, who's all in her praises? The same people who told her to be quiet. So we have to blame our own people with that as well.
yeah.
Because you know, it was hard for her to get support. It was right.
Yeah.
How dare she speak against Oprah? And it's just like, well, who else gonna have the balls to speak against Oprah? You know, like
Right.
so.
And
I
who was
love
at
it for her.
the front
I
and
love
center
her.
of the special? Tyler Perry, someone that turned her back on her. He was front and center at that special because
Right.
he knew he was wrong.
So I wish her luck. I want her to get all her coins and live healthy and prosperous. So moving on. The Queen is in the news, y'all.
Love you, Beyonce. My baby.
Hey, B.
Um,
Look at my baby birds. I love them. Them little girls be singing.
since the
Oh,
report
Chloe
of
Bailey.
Chloe Bailey's first week numbers, people have taken to Twitter, with many holding
Embarrassing.
Beyonce accountable for the lackluster sales. As most will already be aware, B signed Chloe and Halle to her management company, Parkwood Entertainment, back in 2015, which was followed by their record deal signing at Columbia Records. But the question people are, what's that in the background? What is that?
Someone
Brandy.
That's not me. That's
Is that
my
you?
outside. That's my outside.
So people are questioning. I'm sorry, now I'm thrown off. The question people are now wondering is why Beyonce didn't promote Bailey's album. With one Twitter saying Beyonce's nasty for not promoting Chloe's album. A simple Instagram post would have probably gave Chloe a top 50 debut.
I don't think these people understand how business functions.
But
Beyonce's not that type of artist. That's not her.
Hold on, we're gonna do one by one. Darius, what'd you say?
Huh?
First of all, Chloe was signed to Beyonce's management company. So the management company, I'm sure, has a promotions team, people that are who are paid to promote her as an artist and her art and her work. If for whatever reason her album is not selling, that's not Beyonce's fault. Not true enough. Beyonce could have had her people do a post. Yes, she could have. But this girl had a whole team behind her. So I don't think it's fair to blame Beyonce because her album is not selling well. If it's not selling well, it just didn't hit well with somebody.
Right, and well, let's also we're talking about Beyonce. Beyonce doesn't even promote Kelly and Michelle.
She don't promote her own music, do she?
She don't post about Kelly and Michelle or even her sister Solange's projects. So what makes her
barely promote her own stuff? She just drop it and then put out some pictures.
Marcus, what were you gonna say earlier?
Yeah, just piggybacking on what you said, Beyonce's not that artist that does cross promos for any other artist, whether it's her family or not. The only thing she does on her Instagram besides post pictures of herself is put happy birthday pictures of people she loves when they were like a baby. That's as much promotion as Beyonce does. So she has nothing to do with this. She better, like Chloe and Bailey, better be happy that Beyonce's still associated with her.
Yeah, to be honest.
I love Chloe, y'all. I'm such a huge fan, and
I
like
love
that
both of
album.
them. I think they're super
I
talented.
went and listened to. I didn't know it was out, but when I heard all this, I went and looked. And with all that being said, as much as I love her and I'm a huge fan of her, she has not connected mainstream yet in the way that makes some people blow. And I don't know if she will. I hope she does. She's very talented and deserving. But right now there's just backlash against her. And I think that this is just the game. The game is brutal, right?
She
I
can't.
think she has a broken main. Go ahead, Brittany.
She's doing too much. Like all the sexy, all of that. That's not what we know them for. Like when we met them, they were two cute little girls who could sing really well. Beyonce was like, you know, she was not promoting them, but she was taking them everywhere with her. And like I remember I went to the Beyonce concert and they were there singing. And that's what we know them for. So now she's turned into this, like she wants to be a sex symbol. And
I don't think that's who she is.
But that's not who she is. And so the people who were connecting with her while they were coming up, that's her audience, and she's not appealing to the people that she wants to appeal to. Like
I think she just hasn't found her lane yet.
I don't think she knows who she wants to appeal to yet.
Right.
Exactly.
Well, I was listening to her album, and one of the songs was like, do you ever wonder who your man's fucking when he's not around you? And it's like, girl, like that's not what we want to hear from you. We don't.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, I like the album, but it gets a little raunchy at times.
So it's like that's
well,
not
she probably wrote you. That's why.
right.
She's probably just trying to break out of that little girl image.
Yeah, but everyone has their little girl explosion moment.
We didn't deem Britney Spears a problem when she went from 13 to I'm a slave.
Yeah, but Britney Spears did it in stages. Britney Spears, we saw her grow up.
It was
like
Britney
saw
Spears
it gradually.
It was very
Britney Spears is a
for
white
Britney,
woman.
wasn't it,
Chloe
y'all?
is a young black girl. There's a difference.
Well, no, I don't think color matters in this issue. We saw Britney Spears growing gradually. No, on the contrary, we saw Britney Spears from 16. We saw her in 3 different album cycles before she became quote unquote sexy. Bailey was singing with the guitar. The next day she had her pussy out. Like you can't compare the two.
Disney. No, it's different for black folks.
No, you can't compare. Britney wasn't even in Disney. She was on Jive Records. She wasn't even part of.
No, she was part of Disney. She was
right, but when she made her breakout in her album, she was on Jive Records. She was no longer associated to Disney, and she went gradually as a sex pot. She wasn't just like playing the guitar with her sister and then had her pussy out on stage the next day. So they're two different concepts.
The girl is finding herself, and I think that's okay. But there has to be room for people to say that they ain't feeling it, and I think if she just continues, it'll get better. But you know, people don't always hit immediately, and I think that we can't blame Beyonce for that. The public chooses what they want when they want it, and so this little girl needs to survive this and come back better and stronger. That's all.
You think she will?
She needs to be.
I think she will.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
She's got the talent. She's a real talent.
Y'all think people will eventually take her seriously?
She's a real talent.
I don't think she's not talented, but are people going to take her seriously?
I don't think so because even
I don't see it.
Did you?
I think so.
Know where she was getting she was having sex.
Swarm. She was on the Swarm. She has praised this too on Peacock. She all over the place.
But that's too much because we're not used to seeing that.
But that's enough to make her hit, and she ain't hit yet. So the people ain't feeling her yet, and it just is what it is.
And that's another part to me about it is her
time.
Physically. I don't feel like she's as hot as she's trying to portray.
Yeah,
I feel like.
So you think she's showing way too much skin?
No, I think she
everybody
still has
a
girl's shape, but she wants to be taken seriously as a woman. And not to say that it's wrong how she's natural, whatever. Or to me, I don't know if she's had any work done or whatever. But everybody else that's like hot and popping and that's their style, they didn't have work and they're showing it and they have these bodies to go with what they're trying to portray. She just sounds like she looks like a little girl trying to pretend to be a woman.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Has a lane, right? And
she hasn't found hers yet.
Yeah,
I think when she finally becomes her authentic artist self and truly like embodies who she is and stops trying to be what everyone else is telling her, like, oh, you got to be, because I'm sure her people are like, wear this, do that. I'm sure it's not just her by herself saying, I want to be in a sex scene throwing my pussy back. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's like a collective. Like, I'm sure Beyonce knew that was going to happen before it was released. I'm sure she's not just out there like doing these choices on her own, but I think they need to collectively sit down and be like, who really are you? So the audience can connect with you.
Yeah. I think artists are who they are, and we like.
She got a whole team behind her.
Yeah, but people like you for what they like you for. Y'all remember when the world realized that Whitney was hood, and people was like, "Wait, Whitney is Whitney, right?" And so we all know that the reality of Whitney versus what she sold there was a disconnect. But at the end of the day, people wanted from Whitney what they wanted from you. So people
Mhm.
want from artists what they want from you.
Right.
And
Right.
whatever they put
But
you in, that's who you are to them.
You
And
have
this
to
is the thing
break,
she's trying to sell, that ain't what people want from her.
right, and that's what I'm saying.
and
What we
that's why it
saw,
only sold 10,000 units. I mean, she has like 7 million followers and she only sold 10,000 records. I mean, her team must be like going on 911 red alert
And
right
she's
now because
everywhere,
that's
y'all.
embarrassing.
I told you she on Peacock.
Yeah.
She was
but
on
they were
Netflix. She did. She that. Her sister here. They everywhere.
wasn't
People ain't
So
feeling it.
they were pressing everything but her album, and then now they see what happened. You're trying to put her everywhere. You can. They're being too seen. So if you're talking about the album, if the album is what we need to be pressing right now, let's press the album. Let's do a few here and there. Let's do some shows.
Mhm.
So,
But
Mhm.
Brittany, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Brittany, as someone that's heard the entire album, what was it that you didn't like about the album?
I don't connect with her because it's not the music that I like to listen to. I like to listen to 90s R&B. That's what
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And Shaq, you listened to the album as well. What
Yes.
did you think about it?
I love her and I love her voice, and so I went with it. But there were, and I'm someone who accepts her, and I'm on the ride for whatever she's doing. But I can still agree with Brittany that there were a few times during the album when it was playing, and I was like, girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah,
kept
I
listening
heard
because
some
I'm
of
a
the
fan.
songs,
But
and I think she.
What do
I
you think,
think she,
Darius?
I think she's thinking about some stuff that maybe she hasn't even really experienced herself.
exactly.
And so it could be
And
an
that's
issue
And
that.
how old is she?
That's why
How
she's
old
not.
is
she
she?
She's
has,
not
She's young,
y'all.
curious.
right?
We just don't want to hear it from her.
Yeah.
That could be
I agree. So we're in
too.
agreement that
That's not believable.
Chloe is very talented, but she needs to find herself.
Mhm.
And sang about stuff.
Right.
I think in some of her stuff, she's thinking about experiences. I'm like, your little young ass ain't been through that.
Or
Yeah.
maybe
Right.
she
You
has,
know.
but she just can't sell it.
Right.
We know that everybody
Yeah.
out here doing it, but we don't want to watch everybody doing it. You
Baby,
know,
talk to me
That
when you
part.
about this when you get 40. When you hit 40.
Well,
Because I really know what it feels like, bitch.
I really like her, and anyone who knows me know I don't like new artists for today.
yeah, I
I
love
just
her.
think she needs a little bit more experience, and I think she'll get there. She had me at that Lord Have Mercy performance she performed. She's a triple threat, so
I like her.
I think she
I
will
like her.
get there. So
And why can't artists fail
She'll hit it.
sometimes, y'all?
Yeah,
Everybody doesn't
exactly.
just catapult to the top immediately.
They don't. A
so
lot of your big names didn't start at the top. They
Yeah,
had to
she
get
in
there.
development.
Exactly.
So
let's
She's here for
move
the long
on,
run.
guys.
She's here for the race.
Yeah.
Let's move
Right.
on. So we're gonna try a new segment tonight, our Fashion Police segment, and as we grow, we're going to be trying new things. Some things might work, some things might work. When I started this, I wanted fashion to be a big part of this. So we're going to be doing some more fashion forward things, even some spin-off shows. We have a Met show coming up the day after the Met Gala. We'll be doing a whole show devoted to just Met fashion. And then we're also going to do our weekly fashion police. So first one up, Monica.
Woo, yes.
The boy is mine, honey.
Yes.
She's
Yes,
everything
yes.
to me.
I like
She's wearing a Balenciaga dress that retails for $19.50, and she has paired it with off-white boots that retail for $2,300. So, Brittany,
Yes.
is this a yes or a no for you?
It is an absolute yes. Yes, ma'am. Monica always serves the girls down.
Always.
And she's right here. She is killing it. Her body looks amazing. She's aging backwards. I mean, just look at her. Amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mom, what do you think about this look?
Yes. That's all I can say. That's everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Darius?
Like from the hair to the
she's
boots
everything.
to the dress. I'm sorry.
Darius,
Pretty in pink.
Like the song says, she's everything to me.
yeah. Brandy, what do you think?
Yeah.
I think it's a nice look. I love her hair and love her boots. My favorite. I love the boots.
Marcus?
She's an angel of mine.
Come on, vocals.
I love it.
Come
Pretty hair,
on.
nice strap.
Yo, I think she's fired. I'm not into fashion and all that, and I don't know much about all that, but I be looking at Monica on the gram, and she always look lit. Like I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
classy.
she's fine.
Always.
She is.
Beautiful.
Also, moving on.
Come a long way from the white
Always.
shoes, y'all. Remember the white shoes? She'll
Oh
come
yeah.
Honey,
Oh,
Kalis could never.
they would not let that
Um,
girl live that down.
it's also Coachella week this week in California, so that's kind of big in the fashion, the fashion realms. You have a lot of Coachella kids out. So we have next we have Amy J, who was also at Coachella.
I love that.
She is wearing a Gucci fur that retails for $10,000, and Balenciaga legging boots that retail for $31.50. Brittany, yay, yay, or nay?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah,
You know, I love a good street style. That is definitely giving chic street style for me.
yeah.
And so I definitely love that. I don't know if I would have worn that to Coachella, to
Mhm.
be honest, but that style is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, if you wear those boots out in Coachella, they're gonna get dirty in that.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Like, those are beautiful boots and they would be ruined by, the desert. So
Yeah, she's probably at an after party or an event somewhere.
yeah, but she looks good. Her body looks nice. She looks amazing. I love it.
Mom, what do you think about that? Yay or nay?
Yes, but I like it for the look. But for the event, much like Brittany said, I don't think it's the event. I think it's like, but it's fire.
Yeah. Darius, what do you think? Yay or nay?
I don't like it. I feel like sister just rolled over and she at the local she died at the local gas station picking up milk for her baby. Like she just put on something and left. I don't like it at all. I don't like none of it.
You don't
Her
like
outfit look like
it.
it cost
You don't like
$19.50. Like she bought the boot from City Trends or somewhere. I don't know. I don't like it.
Okay, that's
But
what
she's
I
beautiful.
like. Marcus, what about you? What do you like about it? Yay or nay?
I'm gonna say nay. I feel like her daughter went into the closet and picked out 3 items, and she's like, dress mommy this morning. And her daughter threw her that, and they went to the playground. Like, I'm not feeling it, especially for Coachella.
All right, Brandy.
I like all the items individually.
Okay.
Together, that outfit is the pits. I hate it.
Jack, what about you?
I think she looked good and it all looked nice, but this is the look where somebody like me who don't know much about fashion and is a nerd is confused.
Okay. Well, we all have our own personal style. Some hate it, some love it. Okay, moving
She
on.
looked good.
Wait, Ashley, what did you think of the look?
Who, me?
Yeah, what did you think of
I
the look?
love it. I'm like Brittany. I love a nice street style look. So I love it.
And do you think it was good for Coachella?
Not the outside events, but maybe some after party or something for sure. Okay, so moving on, Tiana Taylor. She is in a $575 ambush top, and $1,400 Alexander Wang chameleon pants. What do we think about this, Brittany?
Look, you're giving me all my faves tonight. I love Tiana Taylor. Her body is amazing. I love her tomboy-esque dressing. So I think that this really works for her, and it does go with where she is. It matches where she's at. She's at Coachella, and she looks like she's at Coachella. Look at those abs, right? She's totally giving. So this is a yay for me.
Okay, Mom, yay or nay?
Yes, I think she's giving you that. Again, you put me right behind Brittany every time, but she says it. She does it. She nailed it. Her body is amazing, and that when you can carry a look like that and your body speaks to it, I said go for it.
Yeah,
her body is a statement piece alone.
It definitely is.
Yeah,
she's also giving you an androgynous. She's also giving you an androgynous look too.
Yeah,
It's not really male or female. It's just it just is
hot.
It's just sexy.
Off topic, I really can't wait to see her play Dionne Warwick.
Me either.
Yes.
Playing Dionne Warwick.
She's gonna kill it.
Yeah.
She's gonna kill it. The timeless fashion and yes.
She's gonna look beautiful.
Marcus, yay or nay?
Total yay from head to toe. This woman can never do wrong.
All right. Darius, yay or nay?
I like it, but she giving me like Gozer from the Ghostbusters.
Brandy, yay or nay?
I don't like it. I like her, and I'll say for her, it's kind of 50-50 for me. A lot of her looks I like, but some of them I don't like. I don't like this.
Okay, I go with yay. I'm here for it. Next look. Now this isn't really a big fashion look or anything. This is just another thing on this show. When we do the fashion segments, I want to like tell people what's on trend. This is Nene. She's wearing a $700 Wolford ensemble. This is like one of the hottest new things coming for spring and summer. They're really hard to get. They're all sold out right now at our store in Chicago. I went in. They're all sold out. That's what the girls are going to be doing this summer. The Wolford top. They're like the new Lululemon, but they're a little bit more chic. Brittany, what do you think?
I love Nene. Yep. I mean, but let me say this. This is not 100% flattering to her figure, I will say, because it kind of is giving her a short torso. So I don't really, I won't say that it's one of the best looks I've seen on her, but I love Nene. So, Nene can't do wrong to me. So I'm going to give it a yay. But it does give her a short torso.
I'm going to give it a yay, too. I know by the end of the summer, we're going to sick of seeing girls in this, but right now, it's the hottest thing on the market. Mom, what do you think about that, the Wolford trend?
Well, you just introduced me to it, so I did do some checking into it, and it's hot. I agree again. She has a short torso, so it's not the best look for her figure, but I think it's going to be hot trend this summer.
Let me write that down. Go get me a Wolford.
Yes, get one. Darius, what do you think? Is Darius frozen?
So no. I am a Nene Leakes fan. Nene, no. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I love Nene. I'm a Nene fan to my heart. I don't think this is necessarily all the way flattering to her shape. It's kind of giving me a little bit of Wolford by Sheen. Similar to She by Sheree by Sheen. But I love Nene, so I'm gonna go with
it.
Marcus? I mean, I also love Nene Leakes. I just can't stop staring at her crotch. Is it like supposed to eat it up like that? I'm just confused.
I'm not sure.
Ooh.
But I love Nene, so it's a yay for me no matter what she does. I'm just worried about her crotch.
Oh God.
You want her to breathe? Can she breathe?
Can she breathe? Are the lips moving? Hello?
Okay.
Where is your scooter?
Brandy, what do you think?
I think that her hair and makeup is really nice. I love that wig. The outfits is the look. I don't know much about the brand, but the look is very basic athleisure wear, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It just looks like some yoga shit or some running to the grocery store type shit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
The girls are gonna dress it up this summer, though. Once they get
if that's what it is, if that's what it is, then it's giving what it's supposed to give.
Yeah.
It looked like some workout shit. So.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm a titty lover. So speaking as a titty lover, I'm in love with this outfit because I'm a titty lover. With that being said, it just looked like she got on like some sweatpants, some tight sweatpants in a tank top. I don't think I'm fashion forward enough to get it. But anything that have titties looking like this all summer, I support.
Okay. Basically, it's not like the best thing ever, but it's just on trend. You know, when the trend's in, they can charge $700 for that, and
okay,
that's what it is. So
it look like $700 titties to me.
Moving on to Little Nas X. He's in head to toe custom Versace from head to toe. Brittany?
Yeah, no.
You're not into it?
I don't like it. Even just the pieces alone, I don't really care for it. But I don't know. It's just not giving. No, it's a no for me.
All right, Mom.
Mm-mm.
No.
I don't know what it is. I just can't get with that.
Yeah.
All right, Darius.
I do like
He
the
look like
top
he
though.
was.
I would wear the top.
All right, Darius.
He
Go
looked like he
ahead.
been shopping at Spencer's. It's a no, ma'am.
Marcus, what do you think?
You know what? I don't like the combination of this look. I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter what the label is. If you don't pair it up correctly, it's just gonna look bad. I
Yeah.
love the top. I wish he would have done it with like maybe like shimmery pants,
Mhm.
like with like his midriff showing, and maybe like I don't know, some type of boot or something like that with like I don't know. I don't. This is a no for me.
Okay. Brandy.
The pieces individually are fine. As an outfit, that sucks.
Okay. And Shaq, what do you
You
think?
know, when my daughter was about 7 years old, she started pushing back against me and wanted to do her own thing and dress her own self. And this looked like one of them outfits she wanted to wear, and I said no. And she said, "But this is what I want to do." That's how he look.
Okay. All right. So for me, I say no. I'm not really into it. I haven't been into a lot of what Versace's been doing lately. So on top of that, it's just bad. But moving on.
Like a 13-year-old trying to piss off their parents. That's what it look like.
Yeah.
Moving on to Lisa Boone.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys see this. This is by Jeremy Scott for Moschino. He just did a collection, his last collection actually. He just stepped down as creative director. It's based on paper dolls. So that's supposed to look like a paper doll dress on top of her.
They definitely
Beautiful.
nailed it.
Wow.
It's beautiful, and it's very her shape. She's very petite, but she's giving very much hip, little waist, boob. Like it's very flattering on her. I love it.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love it. Mom, what do you think?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say, but it's absolutely gorgeous.
So,
Darius?
I love the way that the gown, really accentuates her shape, her waist, her breasts. Now, I don't like the hair. She just could have did something different with the hair.
Maybe the hair could have been up and like a full top on or something like that.
Yeah, that would have been hot.
That would have been pretty.
That would have been hot.
Marcus?
Yeah. I think it's beautiful. I love also like the black detail in the middle of the dress. I love like the design. You can tell that they really took like their time constructing this. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece.
It's supposed to look like a cartoon piece.
And it does.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, it really does actually.
Brandy, what do you think?
I absolutely love it. It does remind me of being a little girl and playing with paper dolls and cutting them out and wrapping. That's exactly what it looks like. They understood the assignment and handled their business. That looks good. It's a beautiful color. It looks good on her. Like you said, it's flattering to her shape. And the whole idea of it is outside the box. I love it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think?
When I see something like this, because I'm quick to talk about how I don't know anything about fashion, but I truly believe when fashion is done right, you don't have to get it. You see it, and so I don't have to know anything to know that this is right. This is, I think this is really good.
Yeah,
this she looks phenomenal. Love it.
Awesome. I as well. Kim's across the board. I love it. Moving on, Kim K at Coachella. She has, let me see my notes. She has a $990 vintage Roberto Cavalli leather pants and a $200 vintage tee. Brittany. Oh, and she has Cartier jewelry.
Okay. Well, first of all, none of us knew who this was in the beginning. Could have been Sierra, Lala. She was giving very much a lot of people, but I love those pants. Kim, I don't know. I'm just kind of at that stage with the Kardashians. Like, man, we've seen this on her before. I feel like I've seen this look on her many times, and so it just is kind of getting old to me. So the pants are hot. I'll give it a yes, just because she was at Coachella, and so it looks like a Coachella outfit. She's very, she's matching where she is, right?
Right.
But, I'm tired of seeing Kim, and I'm tired of seeing these looks, and yeah, so yes, but
Okay, Mom.
Just give me average cabbage. I don't see anything special about this.
mhm.
It's not, it's a nice look, but I think your average, if you did put this on your average everyday girl, she's gonna look fabulous in it. So it's not giving me anything special.
Okay. Darius.
Yeah, I mean, she gives them. She's going out for drinks with the girls, or she going to the club. She don't give me. She's like at Coachella. I mean, she's beautiful, but it's not selling me.
Okay, Brandy.
I think it's very plain. Like you said, it doesn't look like she's going anywhere special. I do like the pants though. I like them a lot, but
Okay.
it doesn't look like nothing special.
Marcus.
I think she looks great. But it's a very Kim K outfit. This isn't screaming Coachella. It's screaming she's out in Calabasas. So I'm gonna say like Brittany, yay, because she understood the assignment, but it seems like it's the only assignment she ever gets.
That part, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Baby, and I like that.
I feel like she look like rich people look. People with money who don't care or who want to look like they don't care, but they do care, and they got on expensive stuff. But she look like that.
I love it because it's vintage Roberto Cavalli. It's from 2000, their 2002 collection. So it's from that time when Britney and NSYNC were doing the Dolce & Gabbana rock. Those leather pants, the studded rock T-shirts. I love that era. So I'm going to give it a yes for me, just because that's one of my favorite times in fashion.
Those pants are cute though. Those pants are really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're hot.
You said they cost $900?
They are $990, I believe. Yeah.
Well, it's a good deal.
They were $990 when in 2002. They're vintage. They're probably twice that now.
Right.
So
they are cool.
Yeah, they're cute.
Yeah, they're hot.
So that is our fashion police segment. I hope you guys liked it, our watchers, and I hope you guys enjoyed doing it.
I loved it.
A lot more.
I like that.
Yeah.
Look at all those interesting clothes.
We're going to do a lot more fashion stuff in the future. So to close out our closing segment, we have our relationship advice. We usually have someone write in a question, but today this was like all over Twitter and Instagram. Let's see here.
Ooh.
That is Chance the Rapper, who is very married. And I guess he was down at Carnival, and this picture got put on Instagram, and everyone's going crazy about it. So the question we posed today for our relationship portion is dancing with others appropriate when married? What do we think about this?
Sorry,
It's Carnival. I mean,
that's what a lot of people are saying. It's part of the culture. It's Carnival. It wasn't like at a random club here.
That's what you're there to do.
They're a married couple. They're secure with themselves. He's just like booty dancing with her. Like that's what Carnival's about. It's a party. It's a celebration. She knew where he was going. He didn't tell her he was going down the street to get milk. So these pictures shouldn't be surprising to her. I'm sure he does. I feel like, is it okay to dance with someone else in a relationship? Different circumstances. If you're at a club with your significant other and then you just go to the dance floor and start grinding on someone, that's a little different than if you're on vacation with your friends and you're in a festival, in a street festival, and everyone's dancing. So I really think it depends on the situation.
Mom, would you be mad if James was dancing with someone like that?
Yeah.
I don't think
no, because I'm secure in my relationship. I think that you have to be secure in your relationship and understand what it is. It is what it is. He's not gonna leave his wife for that woman. This is the one time thing. He's just having a good time. He's a celebrity too. I mean, how can you expect people gonna come for him all the time?
Yeah,
I think it depends on what kind of relationship they have. I think the common mistake that a lot of people make is that we think everybody's relationship is the same. We're not inside their marriage, so we don't know what kind of marriage they have. They may have an understanding where that is acceptable or okay. So I think it really kind of depends on the dynamics of their marriage.
Mhm. For sure. I asked Hector about it, and he said he'd be pissed the fuck off if he seen me dancing with someone.
Bitch, I'll snipe you.
So I guess different relationships have different.
I think when I first thought of it, the first things I thought was by the time he went in for the booty slap, I was like, all right, Chance, you're getting a little excited. And then my second thought was, ain't y'all all into the church and everything? Y'all some Bible thumpers. Chance is kind of Bible thumpy. So from those two perspectives, I was kind of like, but
and you down at some of the biggest freaks.
But you can love Jesus and still shake your ass.
Because I do.
Darius,
Because I do.
Darius,
Shake it for Jesus, shake it for the Lord.
I drop it like it's
Shake it
low.
for
I
the
scrub the
Lord.
ground and I still pray every night.
Not scrub the
So I don't
ground.
really think.
I think we going to
Yeah.
carnival and not really getting into the spirit of it would be weird. So, and I think it comes back to what Mom said, which is that he's not gonna leave his wife over. That's a moment. It's an isolated 30
Now look,
moment in his whole day.
but you do have to make sure that moment don't lead to nothing else.
Yeah, but I mean carnival.
Well, and that's where you have to
right.
learn the dynamics of their relationship, like you said. And we don't know. And even if it does
Right.
lead to something else, will she even care?
If you are in danger of leaving your marriage, or if you are in danger in your marriage, you shouldn't be a
Over
carnival.
booty dance?
Right.
Everybody look like
Right.
that out there.
Right.
Like,
Everybody naked,
Right.
dancing,
yeah,
drunk.
that's, you
Yeah.
know. So,
I
Right.
think they'll be just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but did it look good?
I think
No.
so too.
I would prefer carnival
No,
without
it's not a good look.
And
But
you
did it
got-
look
but you
bad?
also-
cameras.
Yeah. But you have to also be careful about the perception of things. And you don't know, like I said, we don't know the dynamics
Right.
of their marriage. You don't know who
True.
saw that and then called his wife. Child, your man out here on this girl ass, and you know, and every her sisters, cousins, everybody don't got in her head.
Yeah.
So by the time Chance get home, baby, she looking at him like he
Right.
was the niggas in the lobby on Chance song on Chance song.
I think
You don't
if
want
I'm
no
married,
problems.
Let her learn. She's soft.
I think if I was married and I'm at carnival, my wife need to be there too. I think that's probably.
You know what? I think that they have
I'm
a
everywhere
relationship
you
where
are,
she
baby.
understands
Where
that
we
he's a
going?
celebrity and he's gonna have fun. And I think that they're fine. I think she's at home shopping right now, and
Right.
he's in Carnival having another shot. I think.
And she
they'll
can
be
go to
fine.
Carnival
I
next
don't
year with
think-
her
How we
girls.
know she might have
If
been
I'm
there.
honest, I don't think he did it on purpose.
And how do
I
we know
think
she's
it's
not
probably-
there?
Right. How do we know she's not the one filming?
Yeah.
How do we know
She
she's
could've
the
been
one
right
that
there.
took the picture?
Wealthy,
Well, if
and
you
you gotta have that fun and have
And
that
I think it
fun.
was
Enjoy your
spontaneous,
life.
honestly. How can you not be out there and not get sucked into that atmosphere?
Yeah,
it's
I
probably
think
a
this was
spontaneous thing.
again. It's all about the scenario. If this
can't.
was like a late night
can't.
Oscar party and he's grinding with someone, then that's a little different as opposed to like in the middle of the daylight, street light, carnival,
Yeah.
not hiding
Everybody
anything,
dancing,
just having a good
popping.
time.
Next thing
Yeah,
you know, what
and
happens?
also if you have to know Chance the rapper, he lives here in Chicago, and I always see him at Saks. He's always out in Boys Town, like just having fun. He's not gay, but he's just out there. He's just a people person. He loves his city. You can find him in any neighborhood. You can find, like I said, at Saks. He's always at Neiman's downtown. So he's just one of those people. Like he'll engage with like a stranger too. Like he'll just be like, "What's up? Can I buy you a drink?" He's just like that.
Yeah,
So
he's an extroverted personality. I don't know how you could be out there and not get sucked up into that atmosphere though. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. I think at some point, no matter
That's
how
the
good
point
you
of
be,
it.
you're gonna accidentally do a grind or something. Like
That's why you're going. You're going to grind. You're
it's
not going
kind of
to
hard
sit
not
and read a
to out
book.
there, right?
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
I hope
You're
we
not
gotta
going to
understand
carnival
that
to help
this
people
is
put
what
their
you can do and the
beads
other
on.
person can do.
Right.
And
so
he had to know somebody was gonna catch him at camera at some point out there.
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
And
He
just
was
like
he
in
doesn't
broad
care,
daylight, he
because if
didn't
you
care.
can do it, I can do it too.
yeah, he doesn't
Don't
care.
get mad when you see me.
Right.
Their family is really liberal. They're very. His brother is bi. His brother
His
Taylor.
brother's gay, right?
He's bi.
Okay.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was gay when I met him.
Oh well, he's married. He's married.
Uh-oh.
So
I'm joking.
yeah, be careful about that, please.
Oh, follow my Twitter. I'm ready.
Just say that allegedly. I don't want anybody trying to sue me or us because I don't got no money to
Oh
give.
yes, allegedly,
That part, I'm so
allegedly.com.
So yeah. So anyways, that was our show tonight, you guys. We had we went over, but we had a lot of topics to cover, and we had some new segments.
This is our longest show.
Yeah.
I had a great
Something
time
wrong.
tonight.
It was
Please
nice.
like and
Yes.
share. Please like and share. We're growing, and little by little, I'm learning to do new stuff. Like the pictures took me like 5 hours to figure out how to do that, but Yeah. So thank you guys.
Coming together.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have a wonderful night. Be safe. And peace. Everybody else stay on. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
bye.